That's something you need to be joking about.
Chris Combs shocks fans by withdrawing from the show over a $1 million salary dispute. TLC is in chaos. Season the 8th of May be doomed, hard, and Tammy are caught in the middle. What really happened behind the scenes? The full scandal is about to be exposed. In a revelation that has stunned fans and insiders alike, Chris Combs, one of the most recognizable figures from 1000 LB Sisters, has reportedly withdrawn from the highly anticipated Season 8. Sources close to production describe the development as unprecedented and potentially catastrophic for the series. What initially appeared to be a routine season preparation has turned into a full-blown scandal involving allegations of a withheld $1 million salary, strained relationships with the network, and a potential legal battle that could reshape TLC's approach to reality TV contracts. Chris Combs has long been considered the backbone of 1000 LB Sisters. Since the show's debut, he has played a pivotal role, guiding sisters Amy and Tammy through life-changing weight loss journeys, emotional milestones, and personal challenges. His candid advice, no-nonsense attitude, and genuine concern for the sisters' well-being have earned him a dedicated fan base and made him indispensable to the show's narrative. But, according to insiders, the foundation of trust between Combs and TLC has now eroded completely. The controversy centers around a contract dispute that sources claim began months before filming was set to start. According to confidential documents obtained exclusively by our team, TLC allegedly promised Combs a $1 million salary for his participation in Season 8. However, the network is accused of failing to deliver on this promise, leading to escalating tensions behind the scenes. Chris has always been professional, but this wasn't just about money. It was about respect. One production insider told us, "He has devoted years to this show. When the contract terms weren't honored, it was a deal breaker. Everyone knew this season would be intense, but no one expected this to explode before cameras even rolled." The news broke on social media last week, causing an immediate uproar among fans. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with posts expressing disbelief, frustration, and concern for the series. Hashtags such as #ChrisCombs, leaves TLC, number 1000 Elba Sisters drama, and #Season 8 crisis began trending within hours. Viral posts included statements like, "I can't believe TLC would treat Chris like this. Season 8 won't survive without him. $1 million allegedly withheld? That's outrageous. Chris deserves better. This is more than a salary dispute. This is betrayal." Fans didn't just express outrage. They analyzed past episodes, re-examined behind-the-scenes footage, and speculated about the reasons TLC might risk alienating a central figure. Reddit threads dedicated to the show exploded with theories ranging from contractual mismanagement to executive interference in creative decisions. In one popular thread, users debated whether the network had planned to replace Combs with another mentor or if they intended to proceed without him entirely. Meanwhile, insiders described the environment on set as tense long before the public fallout. Crew members report that pre-production meetings were unusually heated, with discussions frequently spiraling into arguments over budgets, salaries, and creative control. Everyone could feel the tension, one staffer revealed. It wasn't just about money. Chris was advocating for himself, for fairness, and for the integrity of the show. That made some executives uncomfortable, and things just escalated. Legal experts are watching the situation closely. While no formal lawsuit has been filed yet, there are indications that Combs may pursue action for breach of contract. If these allegations are true, Chris Combs could have a strong legal case, said media attorney Linda Harper. Networks have obligations to honor contracts, and failing to do so can lead to serious financial and reputational consequences. Analysts also note that this situation could set a precedent in the reality TV world, where contract disputes are often swept under the rug. The stakes extend beyond legal implications. Amy and Tammy, the stars of the show, are reportedly devastated. Sources suggest that the sisters have personally lobbied TLC to resolve the dispute, aware that the season's success and their own personal nowhere narratives depend heavily on Combs' presence. Chris isn't just a guide, he's family, one insider explained. His absence would be emotionally and professionally significant for everyone involved. The timing of the controversy is particularly dramatic. 1000 LB Sisters has been a flagship series for TLC, consistently ranking among the network's most popular reality shows. Losing a central figure like Chris Combs before the season even begins threatens to undermine not only production plans, but also fan trust and engagement. Viewers develop strong connections with personalities on these shows, says media analyst Jordan Fields. Removing a key figure can impact ratings, sponsorships, and overall credibility. Social media reactions illustrate the depth of the fanbase's concern. On Instagram, one viral post featured a compilation of Chris's most memorable moments, captioned, "Season 8 isn't the same without him. TLC, fix this now." On Twitter, another fan wrote, "Chris Combs is the heart of the show. If he leaves, it's the end of 1000 LB Sisters as we know it." TikTok creators have even started producing speculative videos about potential replacements and behind-the-scenes drama, further fueling speculation. Industry insiders suggest that the drama may have been simmering for years. Reports indicate that tensions between TLC executives and Combs escalated gradually over contract negotiations, creative input, and financial disputes. "This isn't an overnight thing," one former crew member said. "It's years of unresolved issues coming to a head, and unfortunately, it happened right before Season 8. As the fallout continues, the big question remains. Tammy Slaton's unraveling did not begin in Season 8 of 1000 LB Sisters, but Episode 1 marks the moment when the consequences of years of unresolved conflict, emotional avoidance, and fractured family loyalty finally surfaced in a way that could no longer be hidden by humor or editing. According to multiple production sources and individuals close to the Slaton family, the premiere episode was intentionally structured to reveal what insiders describe as the most unstable period of Amy's life since the show began, and what viewers witnessed was only a fraction of what has been unfolding behind the scenes for months. When cameras returned for the new season, producers reportedly expected tension, but not the level of emotional withdrawal Amy displayed from the very first moments. Unlike previous seasons, where Amy's struggles were often paired with comic relief or self-awareness, this time there was a noticeable absence of accountability. Insiders say Amy entered filming already distant from her siblings, defensive about her choices, and increasingly resistant to any form of intervention. Her decision to separate herself from the family was not spontaneous. It had been building quietly, fueled by resentment over last season's massive fight with Tammy and what Amy perceived as constant judgment from those closest to her. That fight, which many fans assumed had cooled off during the off-season, is now being described by insiders as the point of no return. Sources close to production claim that Amy never truly forgave Tammy for what was said, and more importantly, never forgave the rest of the family for not taking her side unconditionally. While Amy publicly framed her distance as a need for peace and independence, those who witnessed the fallout say it was driven more by anger and embarrassment than growth. Amy did not want reconciliation. She wanted separation without consequences. The upcoming wedding, heavily referenced in Episode 1, has become a central symbol of this shift. What should have been a joyful family milestone has instead become a wall Amy uses to keep others out. Multiple insiders allege that Amy has been using her wedding plans as leverage, subtly warning family members that any criticism could result in them being excluded entirely. This tactic, according to one source, has created an atmosphere where honest concern is mistaken for betrayal, and silence is rewarded more than support. In stark contrast, Tammy Slaton's transformation this season has shocked not only viewers, but the production team itself. Once considered the most volatile and resistant member of the family, Tammy now appears grounded, focused, and emotionally present. Her relationship with her girlfriend Andrea is being described by insiders as stabilizing rather than distracting, offering Tammy structure and encouragement instead of chaos. Tammy's decision to actively look for her first job is not a storyline created for television. Sources confirm it was her own initiative, driven by a desire to reclaim control over her life after years of dependency. This reversal has created a dynamic no one anticipated. Tammy has become the responsible sibling, while Amy is increasingly viewed as unpredictable. According to individuals present during filming, Tammy repeatedly attempted to approach Amy privately to ease tensions, but was shut down each time. One insider described a moment not shown on camera where Tammy reportedly said, "I'm not trying to fight anymore," only for Amy to walk away without responding. That moment, sources say, set the tone for the rest of the season. Chris Slaton, long considered the emotional backbone of the family, is shown struggling under pressures that go far beyond what viewers see. His wife Brittany's battle to quit soda in order to qualify for weight loss surgery has reportedly put their household under intense strain. Insiders say Brittany's frustration has reached a breaking point, with frequent arguments erupting off-camera over dietary setbacks and emotional stress. Chris, caught between supporting his wife and managing family drama, is described as exhausted and increasingly withdrawn, a stark change from the optimistic motivator audiences are used to seeing. Amanda's health concerns, briefly touched on in episode 1, carry far more weight than the episode initially suggests. Sources close to the family indicate that her medical issues have created serious fear behind the scenes, prompting difficult conversations about longevity, responsibility, and what happens if progress stalls. Amanda's openness is not just vulnerability, it is a warning. According to insiders, her situation has forced the family to confront the reality that not everyone gets unlimited chances to turn things around. Misty's birthday celebration, which producers hoped would serve as a moment of unity, instead exposed the depth of the family's fractures. While the event appeared lighthearted on the surface, insiders described the atmosphere as tense and carefully managed. Amy's presence, though physically there, was emotionally distant. Several family members reportedly avoided certain topics entirely to prevent another explosion. What viewers saw as awkward pauses were, according to sources, moments where real conversations were deliberately shut down to keep the peace. What makes Amy's trajectory especially concerning to those close to her is her growing pattern of deflection. Any suggestion that she might be struggling is quickly reframed as others not supporting her happiness. Insiders say this mindset has made it nearly impossible for loved ones to reach her. Rather than engaging with concerns about her emotional health, parenting stress, or long-term stability, Amy reportedly shuts down conversations before they begin. One source described it as watching someone build walls while insisting they're finally free. Producers themselves are said to be deeply concerned about where Amy's storyline is heading. While the show has always documented hardship, Season 8 marks a shift from recovery to consequence. According to a production insider, this season isn't about weight anymore. It's about what happens when someone refuses to grow while everyone else is changing around them. That sentiment is evident in how episode 1 frames Amy. Not as a victim of circumstances, but as someone actively choosing isolation over healing. As Season 8 unfolds, sources warn that Amy's choices will have lasting effects, not only on her relationships, but on her future within the family itself. The premiere is only the beginning of what insiders describe as the most emotionally difficult season the Slatons have ever filmed. And if episode 1 is any indication, Amy Slaton's downfall is not a sudden collapse, but a slow, visible drift away from the very people who once fought hardest to save her. As filming for 1000 LB Sisters Season 8 progressed beyond the premiere, the emotional fault lines exposed in episode 1 did not stabilize. They deepened. According to multiple sources close to production, what viewers are beginning to see is not a temporary rough patch for Amy Slaton, but a sustained pattern of behavior that has alarmed both her family and the network. The optimism that once surrounded Amy as the success story of the series has quietly evaporated, replaced by private concerns that her personal life is becoming increasingly unmanageable, both on and off camera. Insiders say that Amy's growing detachment from her siblings has been accompanied by a noticeable shift in how she interacts with the production crew itself. Once open, talkative, and eager to explain her perspective, Amy's reportedly become guarded and reactive, often pushing back against questions she perceives as critical. Several individuals involved in filming describe an environment where conversations feel carefully scripted by Amy herself, with any deviation quickly shut down. This has led to tense moments behind the scenes, where producers must balance telling the truth